Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin and welcome to your latest Chelsea news. This what we are about to go through is next level foolery, man. I mean, Fulham, I had a little bit of respect for you because of the way you run your club, because how much you punch above the weight, and yeah, like from the budget that you guys have, you do well in the Premier League. But this is ridiculous. This now is ridiculous. Now, some of you guys might be thinking, Miz, what's going on? Tell us, hurry up and tell us what is happening. Well, check this out. Check this out. Coming from BBC Sport, so this is not some sort of a make-believe thing. Match of the Day, X page on X at BBC Match of the Day. Fulham have included, if you guys remember that goal, that infamous goal that Fulham apparently scored, the first goal of the match against Fulham when we ended up beating them 2-0. Fulham have included Josh King's goal against Chelsea in the club goal of the month vote. King's goal at Stamford Bridge was ruled out after a VAR intervention, which the PGMOL have since said was a mistake. I don't know where to even begin with this. The fact, we haven't really talked about it in depth, that PGMOL, add a few more letters, why don't you, have since said it was a mistake. We're going to get back into that. But first, this foolery. They've actually added, as you can see there, King versus Chelsea as an option. It's an option for goal of the month. It wasn't even a goal. How is it a goal of the month? It wasn't even a goal. Now let's get back into the whole incident itself. That was 150% a foul. It was. Muniz, the way he, does a spinneroonie with the ball, 360, the ball had left him. The ball, if you look at that clip again, he was never in control of the ball. That's number one. He does the 360 on the ball went the other way. He was never in control. And on top of that, he fully stamped. He stamped on Chalobah. Chalobah was in pursuit to get the ball, and he got stamped. I don't know which part. I see so many people off the back of that match talking about, oh, no, but where was Muniz meant to put his foot? Where was he going to, is he meant to chop his leg? What do you mean? A foul is a foul. Some people are saying, oh, but that wasn't accidental. Oh, so now we're going to deem whether certain fouls are accidental or not. A foul is a foul, whether it's accident or it's intentional. Intentional, it's even worse. But it doesn't matter. Even if it's an accident, it's a foul. You can't be stamping on someone's foot. What would have happened, hypothetically speaking, if he stamped on his shin or wherever, or even like on his ankle, and he actually broke it? What would have happened then? Would that be deemed as, oh, but it was accidental, no problems, carry on? Muniz, I'm pretty sure, would have got a red card for it. Look, sure, accidental. There's a lot of things in life that happens accidentally, but you still get done for it. Accident or not, you still get done for it. So for me, I don't understand why PGMOL have since said it was a mistake. And because of this foolery, because they came out and said it was a mistake, Fulham, and a lot of people are laughing at Fulham. Tin Pot Club, this, that, the other. CFC Daily saying, it's true, for a lot of clubs out there, we are their cup final. We really are. When they see the fixture versus Chelsea, eyes light up that, yep, time for me to shine, time for me to really showcase my talent, because I could go somewhere. I can use Chelsea to catapult my career. This is so pathetic, man. This is so pathetic from Fulham. Unbelievable that this it's not even a goal, and it's part of their goal of the month award, which is can you imagine if that actually wins? I'd like each and every one of you guys to go to Fulham's club website and actually put that, select that as your goal of the month. It will be so embarrassing if that's the case. CFC Daily putting down, not a joke when we say where many teams cup final. Honestly, for me, it was absolutely hilarious. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know. I mean, how is this part of goal of the month when it wasn't even a goal? And then yeah, I guess PGMOL, they're the ones who screwed it up by saying sorry to it. But anywho, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I just thought that's next level foolery, Fulham foolery. Now, in regards to Marc Guiu, his return back to Chelsea Football Club, nice little article came out from The Athletic, talking in details about this. Sources: Maresca appreciates the intensity, hunger, and passion Guiu puts into training sessions and games. Great, this is good. He is a young player, and he needs to be hungry. He needs to show passion. He needs to show that intensity. And look, I would have liked him to be on loan and really hone in on his skill set, but not to be. He now returns back because Liam Delap as a long-term injury, and obviously we let go of Nicholas Jackson. We needed backup due to that, and Marc Guiu's back. I'm keen to see whether he gets minutes. I really am, because we know when Marc Guiu was around last season, and I know there was injuries as well, which hampered the situation. He was being used in the Conference League earlier on. He really was, and he was doing well. He was scoring goals. So I'm keen to see whether Maresca really utilizes him or not. When Chelsea came calling for him to return to Stamford Bridge on Sunday, they opted against pursuing Conrad Harder or anyone else, as they did not want to block Guiu's pathway. He communicated instantly that he was ready to do so. And look, there are certain times where I don't like this phrase, or don't want to block his pathway. Ultimately, if you're good enough, you're going to crack into it. But there is a thing called having too many young talents, because then eventually you are going to block some players' pathways. So in this case, it is true. If Conrad Harder came in, then you could probably say, Marc Guiu, your time's over, unless Marc Guiu absolutely ripped it up at Sunderland, which obviously now we're not going to see. And Conrad Harder has gone to Leipzig. And let's see. Marc Guiu, after the international break, he's going to be the secondary striker. Hopefully, João Pedro plays up front, Cole Palmer just in behind, and then Marc Guiu will get some minutes off the bench. I will really like to see Guiu get minutes when we are ahead in the game, or maybe we need a little bit of a change up. We can throw someone like Marc Guiu in the final 10 minutes, along with João Pedro up top, to see if we can secure a goal. Champions League matches as well. There's some Champions League matches that I feel like Guiu can definitely get a start. Don't want to take any of the Champions League matches lightly, and our league stage matches are very, very dangerous. But there are a couple of teams like Paphos and Karabakh, where Marc Guiu could potentially start. Because let's be honest, Paphos. Look, I don't want to disregard. But maybe there could be Conference League level teams. Who knows? Chelsea see Marc Guiu as potentially someone who could play for them for years to come. Okay, great. Love it. It would be sensational to be able to build up a striker that becomes a superstar at Chelsea Football Club. It will be nice to see that, bringing someone from a young age, from the Barcelona Academy, product, and then developing them and turning them into one of the top strikers in world football. That will be fantastic to see, honestly. So if that's the case and we believe in his potential, we have to give him the time. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Raheem Sterling news. There appears to be a reluctance from Chelsea, £30 million remaining on contract. Wow, 30 million to pay Sterling up. And Sterling appears reluctant to give Chelsea an easy route out of their agreement. And look, I'm not blaming Raheem Sterling here. And I'm not really blaming Chelsea either. It's the circumstances, Paul. I feel sad that this guy's career has taken such a nosedive. It's incredible. I mean, not that long ago, Raheem Sterling was balling at Manchester City. And ever since he left, joined Chelsea Football Club under Thomas Tuchel. And then before you knew it, Thomas Tuchel was sacked. And the early parts of Raheem Sterling under Thomas Tuchel actually looked pretty all right. Graham Potter came in, started playing him as a wing back at times. And that's when really things started to go sideways. And then the following season under Pochettino, Raheem Sterling really wasn't a prominent member. Whenever he did play, though, he had issues. He missed a lot of chances as well. And look, he's also provided a lot of opportunities for others in terms of assists, where people didn't finish. So it was a combination of a lot of things under the Pochettino season, which hampered Raheem Sterling. And then last season, Enzo Maresca made it categorically evident he didn't want Raheem Sterling. He doesn't want him. And he ended up going to Arsenal, where he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. He was saying that, oh, now you're going to see the real Raheem Sterling. And we didn't see nothing. So look, sad how his career has gone, but I don't blame him that, he doesn't want to leave 30 million pounds on the line. 30 million pounds is a lot of money. A lot of people will say, Miss, how much is a lot? Like Raheem Sterling has earned a lot of money already. When does it come a point where he says that, look, it's fine, I'll take a pay cut and go? No, why should he take a pay cut? He's trying to set himself up for the rest of his life. Look after his family, look after his mum. I suppose, this is why he's moved to London. It's just a sad situation. It's a crap situation for Chelsea and for Raheem Sterling, that he doesn't get to play. And then, Raheem Sterling, I fully understand why he doesn't want to give away that money. From Chelsea's point of view, I guess this is why we have the current wage structure the way we do, because we don't want to go out there and buy players in high wages, and then this sort of scenario happens. We want to buy them for a decent amount of wage and then, incentivize. If you do well, you're going to get paid more. So I get it. I know that we shouldn't just hold Raheem Sterling and Lukaku as the standard, that this is what's going to happen every single time, and then, keep away from top players down the track. I get it. It's not something that happens on a regular basis, but it does happen. And when it does happen financially, it hurts a lot, especially for a club like Chelsea Football Club, where we don't make enough money through match day ticket sales, unlike Spurs. It matters. These sort of financial problems is a huge thing. Let's see what happens to Raheem Sterling. The window for Turkish League and Saudi Arabian League is still open, but apparently Sterling is not looking to move to those areas one bit. Sources have indicated that emphasis was on the club to present opportunity to Sterling, given the clear intention to move him on during the transfer window. So it's very difficult to present any opportunities where Raheem Sterling's earning more than £250,000 per week, somewhere nearly 300k per week. There's some sources saying. Not many Premier League clubs are going to take Raheem Sterling in this current status and pay that type of money. And across the world as well, in Europe, not many teams will be paying that type of money. Now, you can say, look, Chelsea maybe negotiate with other teams to pay half his wages, and others can. Even half of 300,000 is 150,000. That's a lot of money. Not many teams out there will pay that type of money for Sterling. So Sterling, you can't really have a go at Chelsea either. Chelsea really can't have a go at Sterling either. In Sterling's case, you'll have to reduce your salary to maybe at 100,000 a week, and that is something Sterling will not do. Now, Chelsea respects Sterling's position and are understanding of his reluctance to uproot his family for the second time in 3 years. Chelsea felt his wages limited the options they could present to Sterling, particularly with regards to his preference to stay close to London. There you go. The wages are a big problem. Next up, Santos admits that there was offers from Saudi Arabia. Yes, the proposal from Arabia arrived, but I immediately refused because my dream and main goal, which is the World Cup, I know that being in Chelsea and the Premier League, the chances are greater than in Saudi Arabia. That's true. Once you go to Saudi Arabia, especially at that age, young age of Andrey Santos, you're not going to be remembered. Ancelotti is not going to look at you. You stick around at Chelsea, you're going to get minutes. Yes, sometimes off the bench, sure. But you will definitely play a big part in Chelsea's campaign this season. You have a better chance to go and represent Brazil in the World Cup, which is going to be a phenomenal feat for a player like Andrey Santos, Estevão Willian as well in the Brazilian mix, one of the main players, João Pedro as well. So yeah, look, I appreciate that Andrey Santos has made this decision of not taking, I think, 5 times his salary to go to Saudi Arabia, and Chelsea were offered 60 million euros as well, which is a lot of money. But I think the right decisions have been made here. Chelsea look at the player as someone who's very valuable, more than the 60 million, and is going to be an important factor for us for this campaign and moving on in future campaigns. And the player also thinks that by staying at Chelsea, best opportunity to play for Brazil in the World Cup. Absolutely makes sense. Look, Andrey Santos, you're a young player. Money will come down the track right now. It's time to achieve things in life. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about everything we spoke about, especially in regards to the Fulham foolery. I just realized, one more time, I just want to quickly share. I just realized, if every goal, how many goals do we score? Offside basis goals that we score. If we start putting them, in our goal of the month, then it's going to be mad. It's going to be mad. Fulham, this is quite embarrassing. Very, very embarrassing, ladies and gentlemen. Putting a disallowed goal in their goal of the month award. Incredible. Smash up the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, take care. See ya.